I'm joined by UFC President Dana White. Obviously, a very rough week given what happened in Las Vegas. You're from Boston, but you identify as a Las Vegan. You've been living here for a long time. When you heard the news of what had happened, what went through your head? What was your immediate thought?
Yeah, it was at 11:10. I was watching the news. I turned the news on and I started to see it, and I was up all night watching. It was surreal. It's very surreal to believe that this was happening right down the street from where I live, where my kids are sleeping.
Tom Lawler, who's on suspension right now, but still a UFC fighter, said that the organization reached out to every Las Vegas-based fighter in the aftermath of what happened. Had you heard any interesting stories from anybody that lived here and how they were affected by it?
No, we were just helping. We were just hoping that everybody was okay. We did a check on all of our employees. We did a check on all of our fighters, and we're so lucky and we're so happy to know that nobody was hurt or killed.
I read one story. There was a guy who's part of the Contender Series. One of the fighters was a security guard at the event, which is it's just unbelievable to see just how many people were affected by what happened.
Yeah, who was that? Boston?
Gabriel Checo. Gabriel Checo.
Yeah. I'm so happy, man. We're so lucky that none of our guys or girls were injured. So I'm really happy about that.
Can we expect to see anything Saturday that's going to resonate with the community?
Yeah, I have 1,500 plus first responders coming to the fight on Saturday. Police officers, firefighters, EMTs, medical staff, all people that were involved in saving people's lives. And probably going to have 6 or 7 of the people that were shot here on Saturday night. This show is going to be unlike any show you've ever seen a UFC produce.
It's hard to transition to the fights, but as you guys have kept this week, the show must go on. It seems like it's going to be great for the community to have another big event. So this morning at the weigh-ins, Kevin Lee, was it like deja vu again with these weigh-ins and guys coming in, and he barely made it, which was great. It's good to see that fight's still going to happen.
Yeah, he had the opportunity to go to the UFC Performance Institute and do this thing the right way. He wanted to do it himself. He wanted to handle it his own way. So maybe this will smarten him up, and he'll come over to the PI next time.
How close do you think he was to not making it? Were you guys working on contingency plans? Not
close at all. We were never in doubt that he was going to make it. Doctors were checking on him. He was healthy the whole time, and he's a mentally tough dude.
Bob Bennett had mentioned that in the old bylaws you're allowed that extra hour, but in the UFC rules sometimes you might put a hard line on that, and you decided to give him the hour.
Well, no, the way that it works is, yes, there's actually a regulation that they can do it, but it's all based on the fighter's health. We have doctors checking him out, and if he's still sweating, and if they feel, they're checking all his vitals and making sure that he's okay, then we let him cut the weight.
George St. Pierre is back. I keep reading online all these people speculating about George St. Pierre versus Conor McGregor. Probably the 2 biggest draws in the company. Does that appeal to you?
It's not true. We haven't even talked about that.
Not about whether or not you're talking about it, but is that something that appeals to you?
I don't know. What appeals to me is Conor defending his title right now. That's what appeals to me.
Speaking of which, December 30th is always a banner event for the UFC, always one of the biggest events for the year.
He's got to get through Bisping first. I mean, that just goes to how many people are counting Bisping out of this fight.
Which is not a smart thing to do.
No, no.
December 30th, UFC always has a banner event. What are you guys working on for that event? Is there a chance Conor fights at the end of the year?
Yes, there is a chance that he could fight at the end of the year. We'll see how it goes.
Is that what your hope is?
Yeah, we'll see how tomorrow plays out, and we'll go from there.
So you would consider Conor versus the winner of this fight in December as a potential main event if one of these guys walks away healthy?
I don't know. Don't put that out there, because that's not true either. We'll see how Saturday goes.
All right, Dana, well, it's always a pleasure speaking to you. I've been a big fan of the Contender Series. When's it coming back? What's the latest on that?
Thanks. Yeah, we wrapped season 1, and we won't start season 2 till after the first of the year.
Awesome, Dana. Thanks so much for your time. It's great seeing you again.
You too, buddy.